Let me pose a question to you. When it came time to vote in this past election, did you think the Democrat and Republican platforms didn't go far enough? Or did you think they were too divisive and allowed for no common ground? That's right, I'm going to be talking about politics, more specifically political parties, but it may not be the ones you're thinking of. According to a poll posted in an article from CNN on March 4th, 2019, 38% of respondents think the two party system is seriously broken and the country needs a third party. There have been third parties who found success in the past, which was talked about in Aaron O'Neill's article on third party performances in U.S. presidential elections. O'Neill cites Teddy Roosevelt's Progressive Party, which came in second in the 1912 election with 27% of the popular vote, losing to Woodrow Wilson only. This shows that there has been a market for third parties in our country before. So while many Americans may think of our political spectrum as only a two-party system, I want to share with you other parties to consider, such as the Constitution, Green, and Libertarian parties. Our first party to discuss is the Constitution Party, which received just over 200,000 votes in the 2016 election. This was a 63% increase from the 2012 election, making it the fifth largest political party in the United States. In its mission statement, the Constitution Party calls for its candidates to uphold the principles of the Declaration of Independence, the Constitution of the United States, and the Bill of Rights. The party was founded in 1992 by Republican Howard Phillips in response to former President Bush's false promise of no new taxes, and it was originally called the U.S. Taxpayers Party. The party's platform is built on what they call three pillars. The first pillar is integrity, which is expected of leaders and candidates as they are to be honest and honorable, and they will be held accountable for their actions. The second pillar is liberty, which expresses their beliefs that the best form of government is local government. And the last pillar is prosperity, in which they wish to use capitalistic principles to create the greatest U.S. economy ever. Do you want lower taxes? Well, the Constitution Party sees all taxes as unconstitutional and would abolish the IRS. They also believe the government should not operate in the economy by setting wages and controlling prices. If you think America has strayed away from traditional values, then this may be the party for you. They oppose abortions and same-sex marriage, stating, "The law of our Creator defines marriage as a union between one man and one woman." They view activities like pornography and gambling as immoral and would enforce laws against them. The Constitution Party states that any restrictions on the Second Amendment is unconstitutional. Moving on to the next party, which walked away with over 1.4 million votes in the 2016 election, we have the Green Party, which was led by Dr. Jill Stein. The party saw an astounding 300% increase from the 2012 election and became the fourth largest political party in America. The Green Party was originally a Green Movement Committee, which began in 1984, and was inspired by West Germany's already established Green Party. Many separate state-ran parties existed until they all came together in the 1990s to form the Green Party we know today. This led to the party's adoption of four pillars, which would be the basis of their platform. The first pillar is peace, representing their belief that America's wars are immoral and we should cut the military budget. The second pillar of democracy is where they call for public funding of elections and the elimination of the Electoral College. Third pillar of ecology is where they call for elimination of fossil fuels and an increase in renewable energy sources. And lastly, the fourth pillar of social justice, where they demand a living wage and safety net for everyone. The party supports a progressive tax and would implement universal basic income and universal health care. In regards to social issues, the party believes women have the right to safe abortion procedures and calls for protected and equal rights for everyone, no matter race, gender, or sexual orientation. Do you think we should be fighting climate change with all we got? Then this party is the one for you, as the environment is taken into account in every policy decision they make. This includes reducing greenhouse gases by switching to renewable energy, implementing a carbon tax, holding corporations accountable for damage to the environment, and adopting the proposed Green New Deal. The last party we will discuss is the most well-known, the Libertarian Party, which garnered nearly 4.5 million votes in the 2016 election, led by candidate Gary Johnson. Today, the Libertarian Party is the third largest party behind only Democrat and Republican. The party was formed in 1971 by David Nolan and adopted the slogan of the Party of Principle. The core philosophy of libertarians, as outlined by the party, is that Americans should be free to live their lives and pursue their interests as they see fit, as long as they do no harm to another. They also seek to substantially reduce the size and intrusiveness of the government, especially into personal, family, and business decisions. The party views all taxation as theft and would also call for the abolishment of the IRS. Their solution to reducing the national debt would be cutting expenses on federal programs. Libertarians support a free market where individuals can voluntarily exchange goods and services and the only role the government should have in the economy is to protect property rights and adjudicate disputes. For social issues, they support rights to end-of-life procedures, LGBTQ rights, and believe that everyone deserves the same access and opportunities. They also support the legalization of what they call victimless crimes, such as prostitution, drug use, and gambling. They also support individual rights to bear arms and believe the government should stay out of the abortion debate. So, to use their famous line, if you think gay couples should have the right to protect their marijuana plants with guns, then this party might be the one for you. As I'm closing my speech, I hope that you now at least have a brief understanding of the third parties available to you, such as the Constitution, Green, and Libertarian parties. I've just given you a lot of information, so let me summarize it for you. The Constitution Party adheres strictly to their interpretation of the Constitution, with Christian principles to guide them. The Green Party works to increase the social safety net for the disenfranchised and actively works to fight against climate change. The Libertarian Party advocates for a free market with limited government involvement in most activities and places a strong emphasis on individual rights. I hope that the purpose of this speech, which was to inform you of third parties, has been achieved, and that now you can see there are other options out there other than Republican and Democrat. If you have been dissatisfied with the past elections, I do encourage you to do your research on these parties or any third party and find the one that aligns most closely with your beliefs. Thank you.